Protect yourself and your family from unexpected challenges. Consider accident-only income protection. Click the link in the description to find out more.
Hey, Greg, you wish for a little more action?
I do wish for more action, Mike.
As you wish, Greg.
Now this is nice.
You got 2 wishes left.
Boxing King Media, in association with the Riyadh season, we're delighted to be joined by Foran, aka the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, out here in Riyadh. How are you finding it?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been fantastic so far. We've had a great time. The camp's been unbelievable. Francis the Sausage, I'm going to beat him. As I said, it's going to be like target practice on Saturday. That's what it's going to be like. So things have been pretty good for me. I feel good. Going to this press conference, and I feel good. I feel the best I've ever been. And the shape I'm in is unbelievable.
How did you do it? You said you was fat as a pig, grey as a badger in the press conference when the fight was announced. You've lost it all.
I've lost it all because I've been training hard. I know that. 100%. I know what I'm doing. Even if I'm in that shape, I have tunnel vision. I know I'm going to get out of that shape. I'm going to be unbelievable. Fantastic. And look at me now. Mush. Unreal.
I was going to grab a quick word with your dad, John. John, you keep telling everyone that this fight could be a hard fight. You said it's a harder fight than Usyk.
I tell you what, you look at my son. He's one of the greatest fighting men you'll ever see in your life. No fight is hard for him. No fight on the planet is hard for him. If you fight my son Tyson, it's the most difficult mode you're ever going to get of him. You're never going to beat him. He's unbeatable. He's not from this planet sometimes and I watch him. I'm so proud of him, I tell you that.
There's talk of you calling Mike Tyson out. What's all that about?
Well, if Mike wants to get it, we can do it. 100%. We can. And I'll tell you something, Mike. If you want some of me, John Fury, we'll have it. I wanted that KSI last week. But if Mike Tyson wants some, let's have it.
If you had the opportunity to fight KSI or Mike Tyson, who would you go
I'll fight them both at the same time. Put me in the ring with them and I'll fight them both. Move on.
Well, we saw it went a bit crazy at the press conference last time with KSI. Any forgiveness for KSI, or is that it as far as you're concerned?
Absolutely no forgiveness whatsoever. I went up to the lad. I tried to shake his hand after the fight. And he wanted none of it. Sore loser. There's no sore losers in boxing. Boxing's all about sportsmanship. There's all the talk before that. But after the fight, you have sportsmanship. Shake the other man's hand. Even if you've lost, shake the other man's hand. That's what it's all about.
He spat at you as well.
Listen, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about him spitting at me. It's over. Tommy beat him.
Well, I'll have a quick word with Tommy. Tommy, KSI's wanting a rematch. He's appealing the decision. What do you make of all that?
Yeah, 100%. I think he's an absolute fool. I don't think he's a real fighting man. I went up against him. I beat him handily. He was hugging me for the whole fight. So that's all I have to say about that. I don't want to talk more about KSI. He's irrelevant. He's not even a boxer. He sits in his bedroom and plays FIFA.
What did you think of the fight? There's been loads of memes made, there's videos of him jumping up and down, and you guys embracing in the middle of the ring. What do you make of all that?
Embrace? What do you mean by that? I don't know.
Clinching.
That's what I said. He's just been hugging me for the whole fight. That's all he's been doing.
Mike, John Fury's called you out. Do you want that smoke?
I gotta say, there's something about John Fury that I really like. He's a tough guy, but he gets a lot of eyes on him. And the people love him. They love him for who he is. He's unapologetically John Fury, so I got respect for him. And listen, if we're gonna do some sort of exhibition fight in the near future, then John, come on, let's do it, John, come on. We're both around the same age. He named his son after me. I think what's so beautiful about it is this mutual respect between me and John, even if we were at the fight, because I got so much respect for him. He raised the world champion. And I know I'm in the opposing corner, but, I think Francis is ready for him too, They might pull off some sort of shock.
Well, we'll see what Conor McGregor thinks about that. Conor, People are saying this is the biggest crossover fight, bigger than your fight versus Mayweather.
Yeah, they can say that all they want, you know what I mean? 100%. Listen, it's a very big fight, and I believe, you know, we are in the area where it probably will be the fight capital of the world, you know what I mean? We're looking at that, so yeah, these things happen, you know. Myself and Floyd, we went at it a couple of years ago in Vegas. It was I felt I had the upper hand on him for the first couple of rounds. I put in a better job than the likes of Pacquiao and Canelo. So we'll see what happens. That, you know, at the end of the day, this is the fight game, and I wish the two lads nothing but the best in the main event on Saturday. You know, so. And I like Tyson, and I like Francis. You know, I like Tyson. He's a character. Do you know what I mean? He is a character. I like the lad. You know, so 100%. And listen, the UFC is coming around here, so you never know. You might get me, but you might get me around here in the next year or two or something. Do you know what I mean? You might get that trilogy fight between me and Nate. You know, so you know the opportunities are endless. You know, so. We will see what happens. Do you know what I mean? 100%.
There's an all-star cast at this event. We've got Donald Trump in the house. Donald, I know you've got a lot of stuff going on outside. Outside of this. What brings you to Saudi?
Well, let me tell you something. You know, boxing is something I've been involved in for a very long time. I used to promote Mike's fights in Atlantic City. It is a tremendous sport. We have the world champion in Tyson Fury, tremendous guy. You've got Francis Ngannou, the Guinness World Record for the strongest punch in the world, I believe, most powerful punch.
That's what they're saying.
Well, I think it's going to be unbelievable. A former UFC heavyweight champion. I think Tyson, though, I think he's technically proficient. I think he's a fantastic guy, truly. I really do. And if you want to talk about my upcoming fight in 2024, let me tell you something. The outcome won't be like 2020. Let me tell you, it will not be like that. I can tell you something, and I believe that I'm undefeated when it comes to elections. I won that election fair and square. A lot of people know that.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. Gordon Ramsay, you couldn't make it to Saudi. You're normally all at Tyson's fights.
I am, okay. Just busy filming lots of stuff over in America, okay? We've got Hell's Kitchen, we've got Kitchen Nightmares, so much, okay? Do you not realise how busy I am? Do you not?
No.
Do you not understand how busy I am with my schedule? Okay. You're not answering now. You're asking Tommy and John loads of questions. Why can't you ask me any more questions? Come on.
I just thought you was a big fan of Tyson Fury.
I'm a huge fan of him, but I've got media obligations, okay?
But you was in the changing rooms last time.
I was in the changing rooms, and it was great. The experience was fantastic, okay? Would you believe the man in the passenger seat? Do you know what his surname is?
No.
He's named after a cheese, ricotta. Is that right, Joe? Isn't it? Joe Ricotta.
Tony,
amazing.
We're just gonna move on to Tony Bellew. Last person in the room, Tony Bellew. Tony, I know you're not a big fan of Tyson. You know you are Team Asia, but I've got to get your opinion on this fight.
Mate, there's lots of history there between myself and Tyson. Obviously, it's a very big fight. It's a crossover fight that's huge, and there's a lot of eyes are going to be on the fight. Last week I was talking about KSI. And how he's putting the work in the gym, he's doing all sorts. So we'll see what happens for this fight. I've got, of course, we have history, me and Tyson, but we'll see what happens.
Al Foran, thank you for your time, man. Enjoy Saudi.
My pleasure. I will, pal.
Thank you, brother.
Protect yourself and your family from unexpected challenges. Consider accident-only income protection. Click the link in the description to find out more.